Assassins in fiction. That is what we're going to be talking about today, okay? Listen, man, we've all played a Hitman game. We've all played Assassin's Creed. We've all watched the movie. We all watched how hype Winter Soldier used to be, the aura farming CEO himself. And then we all thought to ourselves, yeah, no, that guy's the best. No, that guy's the best. No, that guy's actually the worst. And that got me thinking, who are actually the best assassins throughout fiction, okay? I mean, like, no matter the price, bro, if I just give them a job, that job is getting done through the power of just absolute seer plot armor, bro. They will weaponize the very air around them to cause them to choke upon it, and then he will get the job done, okay? But I'm not talking, like, anything that's, like, cheating, okay? I'm not talking about, like, Light Yagami is technically an assassin. No, bro, you're basically a man-child with the ability to delete anybody off the face of the earth. That's not what we're going to be talking about here. No. We're going to be talking about characters. Like Agent 47 from the Hitman series, John Wick from the John Wick movies, the Winter Soldier from the MCU, and Joe from You. I'm going to be absolutely eviscerating a few of these guys, okay? That's going to be the video. If you enjoyed this one, consider like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 300,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That is the goal. The truth is, dog, we've hit like every goal this year. We started off this year with 70,000 subscribers. Now we're at 270,000. It's absolutely insane, bro. I'm just blessed to be here, and I look forward to making these videos for you, okay? Hit the bell icon to stay notified. Hit all for live streams, and with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Let's go. Agent 47 from the Hitman series. Okay, let me get my gripes out of the way, effective immediately. There is absolutely no way that this man is not easily identifiable. Oh, well, I mean, like, brother, the barcode on the back of his head is one of the, like... Dude, I'm sorry. You could retcon that so easily. But it's so iconic that they don't. I'm sorry, dog. Your tattoos are one of, if not the most identifiable thing on you that would be the easiest thing to separate you from a lineup. Hey, yo, who did it? Can you give us any distinguishing features? Well, he was bald, and he looked like a Balenciaga model. Anything else? He has a barcode tattoo on the back of his head. Yeah, it was like, wait a minute. The world-class assassin, okay? A man that has to put on, like a master of disguise, has one of the most identifiable tattoos that is so unique that it's literally a barcode! Yeah, that guy, we're 100% not going to use that. And I get it, it's video game logic. I'm sure somebody's going to come here and say, well, actually, brother, I'm sorry, that is still dumb to me. However... Despite all of that, this man can throw a suitcase at Mach 17 and absolutely decimate you from a football field's away. This man is an expert-level marksman, swordsman, MMA fighter. He beat Conor McGregor. Agent 47 beat Conor McGregor, bro. Are we being so for real? This man is literally the creme de la creme. The ultimate assassin. This man will stroll up into any block, any hood, any country, any planet, and turn the closest thing next to him into a projectile. Brother, he's borderline. No, not just borderline. They literally had to come in and be like, okay, well, he's kind of superhuman. He's kind of superhuman, bro. This man breathes and lives for the game. This man, he is the real-life Death Note, bro. He is the Death Note personified. This man just enjoys his game, dude. Yes, man, I'm going to disguise myself as the janitor. And then when I get into NASA, I am going to use a tactical missile to hit a dude halfway across the world. Let me get this straight. So your way of getting rid of this guy halfway across the world is to dress up as a janitor, go into an area of defense, and then commandeer one of the weapons and use that on him? Why wouldn't you just go there and get it done with your bare hands? Well, I can do that, and I probably already did because I'm superhuman. Brother, I'm sorry, he's him! He is him, dude, I'm sorry. I gotta put him in literally one of the GOATs. One of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. I just gotta start with him to set the tone. The Winter Soldier from the MCU. Brother, let me tell you something. I will bellyache about this, dude. The fact that the Winter Soldier literally had one of the biggest nerfs, like literally, it's like a joke, but it's like, hey, here's the villain when you're facing him. Here's the villain when he becomes a playable character. That is him! And that's no disrespect to Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes is an absolute Chad. But oh my goodness, bro. And tell me I'm wrong. Winter Soldier was that guy for a minute, bro. We viewed Winter Soldier the same way y'all viewed Thanos for a second. This man strolled into a scene and we were like, yeah, bro, everybody's getting got. Everybody's getting got, okay? He's up there, literally like Captain America caliber of super soldier outside of a few things. Was able to run the ones with 90% of all of the MCU heroes outside of like the top tier. But also got his fade ran by Black Panther. But here's the truth, dog. If we dictated how effective you were based off how well you did against Black Panther, nobody's effective. Black Panther's destroying everybody except for Agent 47. Unironically, Agent 47 would throw a pencil and would probably take out Black Panther. But Winter Soldier, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know how much he cost. I don't know if I need to get a book and start saying stuff like cheeseburger, 173, mailman, apple juice, and then he just falls underneath my control, or I actually have to pay this man, but this man will get the job done. He took out Mama and Papa Stark, and then did it such a good job with it, he was like, ooh, the consequences of my actions, hey-o, Tony, bah! I'm still on that, bro, I'm sorry. I don't care if it's like, well, he didn't know. Brother, I would be trying to run the ones with the Winter Soldier if I found that out. I don't blame Tony Stark at all. I'm putting Winter Soldier in a mid-tier level of effective to a very effective. But there is a few people that I do believe are a bit more effective than him. Because, I'm sorry, I think baseline effective is a pretty good one. Big Boss, Solid Snake, I'm sorry, I'm putting both of them together. I'm going to trigger a few of you. They're both, brother, they are both the GOATs. Both of them. I'm sorry. This man is so good at stealth, he is literally manipulating the fabric of reality by hopping into a cardboard box and going into what is essentially Area 51, but 13 times more difficult to get into. This man is the man who sold the world a level of stealth that is so high above, he is running the fade with literal, like, Metal Gear, Transformer, Death, Megatron, Godzilla mechanical beings, armored cores from the Armored Core universe, and zombies. And is still winning. He just wins, bro. There comes a point, dude, if I'm the villain and I'm going up against Big Boss or Snake, I just assume I'm done. I just start narrating because I'm like, yo, I know you're already in here. I know you're in this room. Brother, you're so good at stealth, I'm surprised that you just don't baseline turn invisible. That's how good he is, dude. Like, dude, you send Winter Soldier to take out one very key target, and he takes them out, and the one time that they're vulnerable. You send Agent 47 to take out one of the most well-protected targets on the planet any way he sees fit. Brother, you send Big Boss, you send Snake when you want to take out countries. This man walks into any nation on the planet and has the entire thing eating out of the palm of his hand within 15 minutes. He is him. He is him. I am putting it in one of the GOATs. One of the GOATs, no question. John Wick. Now this one, I'm going to make a lot of y'all mad, okay? Like, genuine question. John Wick versus the Winter Soldier. Who do you got winning that? Who do you got winning that? You know who I got winning that? John Wick! I do believe John Wick would beat the Winter Soldier. I understand from like a hand-to-hand combat point of view, Winter Soldier should be absolutely decimating him. Brother, I'm sorry. There comes a point where I see John Wick pulling off superhuman level feats consistently at a retired age, and we don't even get to see him in his prime. All we hear is that every single person is treating him like the aura merchant himself. I just believe that I want you to think, brother, the John Wick movies do one thing so effective, and that is, it tells you, it never shows you. It tells you and doesn't show you, bro. And it's normally so, don't tell. And the movie breaks that rule, and normally that would be annoying. The movie does such a good job at building up just how big of a deal John Wick is, that when you finally see him do his stuff, you think to yourself, there's no way that John Wick could live up to it. And then he does, and you're like, brother, he might be worse. He might be worse than that, dude. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't see Bucky take somebody out with a pencil. I didn't see that. And I'm gonna be real here, dog. I saw John Wick do an Imanari roll, unload, I didn't see him do that. That's another thing, bro. John Wick legitimately does have some good fundamental jiu-jitsu. I saw him do a Kimura reversal. I saw him hit an Imanari. I don't think y'all realize, bro. Watching Keanu Reeves hit an Imanari roll was like neuron activation for me. I was like, this man knows ball. This man knows ball. He's a martial artist. Brother, I'm not even joking. I'm putting John Wick for jiu-jitsu favoritism. Very effective. But no, he's not beating Agent 47 or Big Boss. Absolutely not. No, he's not. Ezio from the Assassin's Creed universe. I'm putting one Assassin's Creed on here. I'm putting one assassin from the AC games. It has to be Ezio. Bro, I'm sorry. The aura farming CEO himself. A man with so much... And the reason I'm bringing up aura here... Okay, when it comes to assassins... You do kind of have to bring that up a little bit. You do gotta bring up aura a little bit when you're talking about assassins. This man is so good at his job, he's dressing up in full white, sticking out like a sore thumb, but he knows he's gonna get to his target regardless, and he's gonna take you out. This man went after the Pope. This man went after the Pope. He's homies with Leonardo da Vinci. He is him. Okay? But, like, imagine being like, I'm trying not to just full out glaze, but Ubisoft does all the glazing for me. But I want you to think about this, dude. Ezio is so that guy that we'll never get a remake or a remaster of any of those games because they're worried they're not going to be able to replicate him as well. But we are still going to get an Assassin's Creed costume of him. It's the Ezio suit in every single Ubisoft property there's ever been. Ghost Recon is in there. Rainbow Six, For Honor, every AC game. They all glaze this man, and it's because he is so effective, bro. One of the GOATs. I gotta put him in one of the GOATs. I'm sorry, you have to put him there. Now, Big Boss versus Ezio. I'm gonna take Boss on this one. But, up there regardless. Boba Fett. Brother, I will never forgive the Boba Fett TV. So, like, people will get angry at me when I say this. What's the worst piece of Star Wars media? Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett is one of the most aggravating series that you will ever watch in your entire life because how they absolutely suck the aura and like literally the core character of Boba Fett out of him is so annoying to me because it's like we need to make Boba Fett kind of a good guy because if we make him a bad guy, it's going to confuse modern audiences. Brother, we're going to be ranting for a little bit. Let me tell you what actually literally hurts my very soul. I hate how Disney will pull literally every ounce of moral grayness out of a character because they actually treat every single member of their audience of the Star Wars franchise as literal children. And I get it. You have to sell it to kids. I get it. But oh my gosh. I thought for Disney Plus, when you can deal with like some darker things, I thought Boba Fett was going to be like a character where he was like, yeah, he's a bad guy and he does bad things. No, it is Boba Fett. He was a bad guy at one time. But guess what? The people that he's facing are the real bad guys. And you know what, bro? He became a better person because he was hanging with the sand people. And yeah, actually, if you think about it, Luke Skywalker was kind of a bad person for how he treated the Raiders. And I'm over here like, dog, you don't have to do that. Like, brother, Boba Fett is not a good guy. Like, he's not. You don't have to commit character assassination, that's a pun, in order for me to, like, feel anything. And I'm sorry, this whole idea that, like, morally gray characters don't do well. Huh? Are we being for real? You think morally gray characters don't do well? If anything, bro, people are more entertained by morally gray than, guess what, bro? He's a bad guy, but, like, not that bad of a guy. Look at, he has a friend. Stop it. Get some help. I hate the Book of Boba Fett. It's my least favorite part. I like the Acolyte more than I like the Book of Boba Fett. Because at least the Acolyte tries something new. The Book of Boba Fett just takes one of my favorite characters of all time, by the way. Boba Fett's one of my favorite characters. I love Jango Fett going into Boba Fett. I like all of, like, brother. Oh! Here's another one. Dude, on the original costume of Boba Fett, he had the ponytails of Jedi literally on his costume. He had trophies of like, well, oh my goodness, I'm blanking out. What is the species that Chewbacca comes from? He had trophies from, like, slaying, like, different people. He was literally holding on to trophies of people and other aliens that he's taken out. No, he's not that bad of a guy. He's trying to be a better guy now. Stop it. Stop it. Dude, it hurts me so bad. Because he is super effective, bro. This man was running a fade with Darth Vader for a little bit. That's in the comics, it's extracurricular. But no, Boba Fett was a task with trying to take out Darth Vader. And even Vader was like, damn, this guy's kind of cool. Nope. We can't make him morally gray. Stop it. He was a bad guy. He's not a bad guy anymore. Stop it. He literally carried trophies of slain Padawans on him. I'm sorry. And it makes sense. Brother, his dad was literally taken out by a Jedi in Mace Windu. I would hate them too. But no, bro, we can't do that. It's too morally... Stop it! Oh my gosh, bro. I'm sorry this has been going on for a minute, but I hate how they'll take that away. Deathstroke from DC. The one part of Deathstroke that I do not like is it's that one interpretation in the Batman vs. Robin or Batman and Robin movie where I don't know why, they made Deathstroke into a kitty diddler. They made him love kids. I hope you understand what I'm saying. That is what they did to my boy Deathstroke. It is so annoying. You just didn't have to do that. And I get and here's another thing. This is gonna sound like hypocritical, but let me explain. If you're gonna make a character morally gray, if a character is inherently bad and morally gray, don't strip that away from him. Let that make it so his character can evolve. If a character is already a bad person but is cool, you don't have to add another thing that is just gross to make him even worse. Like, no, we don't like him. We don't. But oh my goodness, he can be cool too. And now you've kind of taken that away because now it's like, oh, he's in the kids. That's really gross. I don't like that, at all. Other than that, no, bro. Dude, I'm like, it's kind of weird to think that, he came before, Deadpool, and Deadpool was meant to be a copy of Deathstroke, but Deathstroke was just, a complete other character archetype than what Deadpool turned into, and I think that's kind of cool. Super Soldier, one of my favorite boss fights of all time is Deathstroke vs. Arkham, Batman and Arkham Origins, one of my favorite of all time. Absolutely love that game, dude. And it's because this man was running the ones and keeping it convincing with Arkham Batman, one of the greatest interpretations and most powerful interpretations of the character. Brother, I'm sorry. Off that alone, I'm putting him in very effective. Absolutely zero question. I have to put him there. Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, he is an assassin. I will put him there because the entire... First off, bro. I just beat Ghost of Yotai. Bro, Ghost of Yotai is pretty good. From a gameplay point of view, it is superior to Ghost of Tsushima very one-sidedly. From the story point of view, I ain't ever gonna listen to y'all again. Y'all were hyping up Etsu absolutely crazy. And brother, Jin Sakai is a better lead than Etsu. And that ending is so rust in Ghost of Yotai that it actually kind of hurts the entire thing for me. The story of Jin Sakai and having a legitimate moral conundrum, hey, what is better, to die in honor or to live, but you have to resort to the same tactics that your enemy used. When it's in our heads, it's well, no, Jin Sakai's doing the right thing, but he is literally battling against hundreds of years of tradition that is the Shogun and the samurai way. But brother, I'm sorry, I'm glazing it quite a bit, but I really do like the story of Ghost of Tsushima. However, one thing that I am going to have to put up against, put against Jin Sakai, is his inherent best ability is his swordsmanship in going straight forward with a threat. His assassination ability is all learned later on. Everybody else more or less kind of has that game before Jin Sakai has to learn that game. This is what I mean. Jin Sakai had to walk for everyone else to run. That is how I put it. So when we're looking at assassin, their assassin ability in comparison to everybody else, tell me honestly, who on this list do you think he beats? I'm going to put Jin Sakai, honestly, bro, bottom of effective. Bottom of effective. That's the lowest, no, that's the highest I can go if I'm being honest, bro. I think lowest of effective is more than fair. Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. Okay, I get it. The weapon that they gave him is kind of BS. It's literally a shotgun with a radiator on the top of it. And part of the reason that they made it that way is that this was made by somebody who didn't really understand how force multipliers work. And you can tell that's not how that works. However, I'm not going to be that stingy with it. Anton Chigurh's greatest asset is this man has the greatest mentality for being an assassin that I've ever seen. It's not even about money for him. It's literally just a task. Hey, I'll do it if you pay me the right price. He's I have the job to do. I have to go do the job. It's nothing personal. It's no hard feelings because there is no feelings here. And that he's able to take his own accountability out of it because he views it as, well, if you guys weren't meant to go, then I wouldn't be sent to do this. I feel like that, like that's listen, mentality's kind of underrated when you're looking at, like, if I'm going to hire a dude to be an assassin, let me ask you a question, bro. If you hired John Wick to do it, if you hired Winter Soldier to do it, there would be a little bit of a worry that they would have a moral conniption and snap out of it. Do you think Anton Chigurh is going to flinch if you give him a job to annihilate some person over there? Bro would not care. He would not. I'd be like, okay. The only way that he would, like, not do it is if he flipped a coin and then was like, okay, I guess you get to live. Other than that, bro would get it done. But here's the problem, dude. He's so hilariously underpowered in comparison to everybody else on here that I can't put him that high. So in terms of, honestly, I'm going to put him in meh. I will put him in meh. I think that is fair. Brother, I'm sorry, when you're comparing him to literal super soldiers in plot armor incarnate, you can't put him that highly. Barry from Barry. Dude, I'm sorry, Barry's an underrated series on Netflix. I haven't talked about it on here, and you guys want me to talk about new media, so this is me talking about new media. Barry covers a story of, like, a retired hitman, and he's more or less just kind of, like, trying to vibe. He wants to become an actor, but he's, like, one of the most effective hitmen that I've ever seen, to the point that he treats it like taking out a few guys, like clearing out a whole house, as something like, I got work to do, I got another gig I need to pick up. Oh my goodness, man, my uncle just keeps on telling me to do this. Bro, I just want to act. Like, brother, I think what works so well with Barry, it is one of the greatest interpretations of somebody that's, like, slightly schizophrenic, but on top of schizophrenic, split personality, that has somehow separated his two psyches so completely that he, like, is actively like, I have to go to work. And then he goes into work, like, just clearing out whole buildings, like John Wick. Barry is so effective, it's funny. Now, my only moral conniption with him is the moral conniption that he may have. Like, no. Like, I would be worried that he would snap out of it, and I feel like he would kind of be slacking on a job here and there. But I think he's so hilariously good that you do kind of have to put him as, like, middle of effective. Middle of effective, I think, is more than fair. Joe from You. Brother, he almost exclusively takes out women that kind of, like, cheat on him. Like, I'm sorry, there comes a point where I look at Joe and I'm kind of like, bro, you low-key kind of pathetic. And the truth is, man, like, I saw something really funny. And it was, people are wondering why, like, everybody, like, thinks Joe is a weirdo. Because it's like, man, he does not really giving them a reason to, like, think he's a strange guy. And then I want you to think about this. When you watch You, and the entire story of You essentially is about a guy who is a serial unaliver. And it's just him going through how he does things. And he almost exclusively unalives people that he's in love with. That's the whole story. That's the whole thing there. So no moral problems at all. But one of the things that is kind of funny is that, brother, he thinks to himself so much that he'll be having a conversation with somebody. And then imagine you ask me, oh, how you doing, Joe? How's your day going? And then this will be me. I'm going good. I'm doing good. I am suspecting that guy's doing something. And no joke, it's literally like 5 seconds of silence and he just looks at you. Just looks at you. Like he is one of the creepiest men that I think I've ever seen, to the point that it's kind of like, brother, how does nobody suspect that you're doing this? He would get caught so quickly, and he's not even that good. He's smart, but he's not that good. I'm going to put him in awful. Deadpool. Brother, I'm going to be real here, dude. He might be a good time. Like, he'll be a good time. We can hang. He's basically just Ryan Reynolds. So unless Blake Lively comes in, low-key, we might be hanging out as boys. But, like, the only other problem is if I sent him on, like, some real morally questionable jobs, he would probably take me out instead. That would be the only problem. But other than that, like, I think it would just be more of a hangout. Like, I feel like if I sent him to do a job, the main problem would be I would never let him leave. We would just be yucking it up, bro. We'd be yapping about this, yapping about that. He would tell an edgy joke, I would laugh. And then I would tell an edgy joke, and then he would probably look at me like, that's nothing to joke about. And then he would laugh. Like, the truth is, bro, I'm sorry, he's just too much of a homie. I probably would never want to send him on a job. Or I would say, hey, bro, can I come with, man? Let's go. I'll drive you up there. I'll drive you up, bro. Of course. It's like, you are aware what I came here to do, right? Yeah, bro, whatever. Just, grab some burgers on the way back. Like, no joke. That's how I would feel. Very effective. Like, no question. Like, very effective. But at the same time, dude, like, the only problems would be he would have some moral limiters that these other guys don't. The Predator from the Predator movies, the Yao Jade. Because, and this is, we're going to be getting a new Predator movie. I think it's Predator, I forget what it was. I forget what it was. Bro, Predator IP has low-key been going kind of hard right now, because you tell me, bro, I got killer of killers over here, absolutely going insane style. But this is what I'm kind of realizing. Yeah, they're very strong. Yes, they're very good with weapons. Yes, they're very good with stealth. But there does come a point where I'm kind of like, so, like, you're, like, the strength of, like, 10 men, okay? I feel like when I'm ranking these against other guys, I can't put you as one of the GOATs. Like, here's the truth, bro. Do you think, honestly, that Agent 47, Big Boss, or Ezio would not be able to take out a Predator? I think they're clapping a Predator pretty easily, bro. I think John Wick, Deathstroke, and Deadpool are clapping a Predator. No question in my mind, they are going to get that one done. Superhuman, 100%. I think the Winter Soldier, Boba Fett, and I think that's where it ends. I really do. I think that's where it ends in terms of who would be able to take him out. Like, stealth is good, but also that's another thing. We need to use the weapons of the time frame that we're going to. And then it's like, brother, you have a hand cannon and invisibility. There does come a point where it's like, okay, sir, we're using all the tactics that you have. No, it's just technical expertise and weapon mastery. That's really what they have, plus some bonus strength. I'm going to put the Yao Jie or the Predators. I'm going to put them at the middle of very effective. I think that's a fair placement. And there you go. Those are some of the best assassins and hitmen throughout fiction. If you enjoyed this video, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 300,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That is the goal. Go into the comment section, do some video ideas. I will check it out. I will give it a heart if I agree, or just debate me in some of these comment sections, bro. We're going to be doing live streams Tuesday and Thursday. We're going absolutely hard. We're locking in for November. We're getting some big projects out before the end of the month. It's going to be absolutely peak, and all you got to do is hit the bell icon to stay notified. Do all for everything, and I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.